So this right here, this is my Tesla Model 3 2022 standard edition. Um, Nothing crazy. This is just a standard Model 3 2022. And today we're gonna be speaking about the things that I hate, love, and despise about this car. Back to this, it's like look, you see this angle, bro? It's like not a single angle in this car is bad. In my opinion, this is probably the honestly peak Tesla. And then the next generation are cooler for sure, but this is still timeless. Especially from this angle right here. As you guys can see, the tail lights are so simple. They're minimalistic. Yes, this car is absolutely disgusting. I'm not proud of it, but hey, I'm getting the job done. This is the rear. Something that I forgot to mention, and it's this. Every single time you clean the car, and you actually are driving a lot and you're on the freeway too much, this part right here will get nasty and not too long. So make sure that when you guys are driving this car right here, make sure that you know that this car gets super dirty from the back. And also from the front, but mainly from the back. This looks like a simple wheel, but in reality, these are the standard edition regular tires, but this is just the wheel cover of the turbine. So these are 18-inch, and since they're not the actual thing that is actually 20 inches, it's a huge difference. But I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna break the bag, so let me just put something that is easy and simple and cheap. As you guys can see right here, this is a pretty simple shape of it. But the simple things such as the shape of this car, it's amazing. For its size, for its actual size, it's pretty huge inside. Like, you don't even realize it, but it's very spacious for a car that is made this small and so sporty looking, but yet it's still mwah, mwah, you know what I mean? I also got to speak on this beautiful headlights. You guys might not notice this, but even though it's flickering right now on the screen, it's not really in real life. It's honestly pretty steady. But going back to what I was saying, headlights right here are so smart. This package only came in the 2022s. After 2021, they did not make these ones. So in 2022, they basically did a whole rebrand. This is black instead of being chrome, and this is actual halo. You know what I mean? So it's actually pretty cool. And this right here is the front end of my Tesla Model 3 2022. Once again, I'm gonna say the name just because it's always nice to say the name. One of the things that I hate about this car, it's the front end. Even though the design is very beautiful, in my opinion, this right here is just horrendous. It's always full of bugs and never gets clean. You have to constantly be wiping so this shit doesn't get full of bugs again and again and again. And since I'm always in the highway, oh, that's horrible. As you guys can see, I have the 20% on the windshield, so you guys can't see jack shit inside. I'm gonna say a very private person when it comes to tint, even though it's illegal, allegedly, this shit is fire. This shit is fire. Alright, and this is how, when you go in the car, you can either go like this, or when you go open the door, instead of just pressing and pulling with the hand, you have mostly, the best tip for you guys is, when you guys are opening these kind of doors, you have to push the fat part with your thumb and pull with your fingers or your claw, whatever you're gonna name it. But there's also another method that people do not talk about much. If you press it, you can just go like that. Pretty cool. Or you can also open it like this. How do you open your car? You simply, you're gonna go right here, and right here, as you guys can see, Tesla Model 3, I'm gonna go down, all the way down, where it says unlatch door. I'm gonna do that. And then, once you go to your car, okay, that came out so wrong, but anyway. Once you go to your car, it's actually pretty cool that it has that feature. Not a lot of cars do that. And when you get in, alright, so this right here is how it drives. it's honestly pretty goddamn fast for even being the base model. I won't lie. Other than that, like, you can definitely hear the motors in the back, and if you can't on the video, then that means that my mic is not doing justice. But it sounds so. And it feels good, I won't lie. It feels good being able to have that kind of speed in instant. You know what I mean? So it feels great having this car, because if you want to get out of a sticky situation, you can just... You know what I mean? So this car can get you out of trouble. It can get you in trouble. But other than that, the car is pretty great. It's a nice ass vehicle for what you get, honestly. And this right here is my Tesla Model 3 22 interior. As you guys can see, it's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. This car has so many features that I'm gonna talk about the pros and cons that I like about the interior. Even though it's dirty right now, it's not the best shape. Like, as you guys can see, like, you see the dirtiness of my seats. These are wide seats, but if I go like that with my finger, you can see the difference, which is crazy. So I gotta clean this shit often, of course. This is also glass. Alright, so these are the cons that I hate about the interior, the Tesla Model 3 22. Alright, this simple right here. This is exact simple thing. You see this shit? This is shitty quality. Like, if you think about it, this is shitty quality of Tesla, and even though it's 2022, it's already doing this bullshit, and I can't even control it because it started with cracks. As you guys can see right here, those little cracks are gonna show up until they crack. Yeah, so it's not fun. One thing as well, when I got this vehicle, bro, I had to pay $3,000 to fix it. That was now on Tesla. I don't know if it was on Tesla or not, but that proves a lot of about the quality. It's not the best, I'll be honest. It's a cool car, but it's not the best quality. If it already, quote unquote, give me like an engine or ECU problem, which it was actually the MCU, but it was like 3,000. On top of that, this shit right here, it's cool, but another con is to be honest with you, bro, honestly, I got no other complaints about the interior other than the fact that I had to get some silicone plastic, or like liquid silicone, so I can spray on the window frame, because I can hear a lot of air coming through here, so it wasn't fun. And of course, this car came out like that. You guys can see this shit. There's something missing here, you know what I mean? And so over here as well, I don't think you guys noticed this, but the door, you see this, right? Take it like a little quick peek at it. And then we're gonna switch around. I wonder what happened in this car that they had to switch this door and that door, and that's like a 2020 door. Doesn't make sense. For me, other than that, the car is pretty solid, but I just don't like the glass roof. Even though it's cool, don't get me wrong, it's pretty cool. It's just that it gets hot as fuck, super hot, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about it. You feel me? But anyways, I'm thinking of either getting rid of this by putting ambient lighting and stars on the roof. But like, instead of just leaving this all glass, cover it and make stars. It might sound crazy. I don't know though, allegedly. But anyways, Other than that, here are the things that I love of my interior, my personal interior. First of all, it's gonna be my speedometer right here. Yeah, that one right there. That one is such a beautiful attachment. That one, it costs like $15 on the TikTok shop, which tells me if I'm going 100 allegedly, 120 allegedly, 160 allegedly. Doesn't matter. It will tell me that. This right here, my Uniden R8. Of course, this beautiful machine costs like $750. It's a beast of an animal who can detect cops if the cops have their radar on, right? Another thing that I love, and this is something that every single Tesla owner must have at first, it has to be this right here. That simple thing right there can help you and do so much for you, and honestly it becomes addicted to putting it right there. Another thing, the windshield tint. I got 5% sun strip that is above the 6 inches that it tells you right there. So I'm going like maybe like 10 inches, I don't know. But with that, I don't get that much sun glare. As you guys can see, this is my POV. And so this is pretty nice. But over here, it looks pretty good. But once you open the window, holy shit. Holy shit. You see the difference? So it's quite a difference. Not a lot, but quite a difference. On top of that, the fucking white seats, homie. This white seat, this white guts. Okay. And you might be asking, well, how does it drive? So this is a pretty simple answer. When you're driving this kind of cars, it's honestly pretty crazy what they can do. But there's people that say that, oh, there's no sound in these things. Oh, they do have sound. They do have sound. People are just bullshitting because they don't know, because they never drove one. But look, this is the sound.